channel, and it's finally a sunny day. So I'm taking this opportunity to just sit around and hang out in a wooding section of my property and have a live chat about survival hacks I've used in the past. I've done a lot of survival things in the woods. I've taught Boy Scouts winter survival. I've taught people how to pack a pack. I was a gear expert for 5, 6 years back in the 90s. And I've been going in the woods since I was born. I remember 8 years old hiking up into the Allegheny Forest up a road. That was a lot more forested back then. They didn't do as much clear cutting. And I had my G.I. Joe sleeping bag. I had my little plastic army helmet. I had a Kmart flashlight with duct tape around it, or black tape, for camouflage. And my rations were Pop-Tarts and root beer. Well, 50-some years later, I'm still going into the woods. I just have better gear and better preparation. And I still enjoy the outdoors and ready to have some more camping adventures and share them with you. Well, I want to talk about some survival hacks. Okay, first of all, I can't remember who said it. One of the greatest boxers in the world said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. And there's another plan saying, no plan survives contact with the enemy. Some survivalists, some outdoors people view the outdoors. Hi, Emma's, I can't read so well. Pookies. Hey, Emma's Pookies, how you doing? Shout out to Emma's Pookies. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Anyway, I used to go up there, hike in the woods, had my, it wasn't a dollar store back then, it was a dime store 50 years ago, my dime store, Bowie knife, and I thought I was badass. Well, anyway, I've humbled more in 50-some years, but I still like going out in the woods. Well, let's talk about some survival hacks, because often you forget something, or you don't have the gear that you need. One of my favorite survival hacks is using something outside of its intended use. For example, the last time I went camping out in the woods, and I do like to shower and have proper hygiene, I always take a Sea to Summit pocket shower with me, but I forgot it. Hey, I'm doing good. Carmela, shout out to Carmela. Hey, bless you, Zacchaeus. All right. Hey, pray for me this week. Anyway, I didn't have a pocket shower with me, and I go from camping in the middle of nowhere in the forest or the woods to the nearest town and have a wonderful steak dinner. But I kind of like to not smell like I've been camping in the middle of the woods. So what I did is I got a Smart Water sport bottle with the little blue cap on it. You can use that bottle, honestly, to take a shower. Put some nice warm water in it, use some camp soap, and wash my hair, clean myself up for the town. That's one idea of a survival hack, okay? I kept that bottle with the blue tip, the Smart Sport bottle. Let's say that you have an injury and you have to irrigate or clean out the wound. Okay, and you boiled some water, you got some clean water, you need to clean that wound out before you bandage it, or you put steri strips on it, or whatever you're gonna do. Okay, you don't want it to get infected in the backcountry. But you don't have an irrigation syringe, you forgot your first aid kit, maybe you have some bandages stuffed in a pack. Well, what you can do is take that Ziploc bag that you had your cheese and crackers in, or your trail mix, and you could poke a little pinhole right in the one corner of it. Well, when you fill that up with water and you cinch the top, that creates pressure and you could squeeze that and use that like an irrigation syringe to clean out a wound. That's another example of a survival hack. One of my favorite survival hacks, yes, Zacchaeus, if I ever get to moderators, you're going to be one. One of my favorite survival hacks is the old chewing gum wrapper and battery fire starting trick. You can actually take a Wrigley's chewing gum, one of the traditional tinfoil with the paper foil inside wrapper, okay? Touch it on either end of a AA battery, like a Duracell or an Energizer. Put that in your tinder, the folded part, between where the ends are touching the battery, and it'll get hot enough that it'll ignite into flames and start your fire. That's another example of a survival hack. Let's say that you don't have a knife, okay? You can go down to a stream or a body of water, and you're looking for a flat, shale-like type of rock. You can take this rock and you can throw it down and bash it on another rock, and the shards and the fragments that break apart from it will form a sharp edge, giving you a cutting tool that you can cut open a fish with, or you can cut cordage with. Hey, Mama Central. If you can subscribe Mama Central, that'd be great. Shout out to Mama, if I can read in the sun. Meme Central. Sorry, Meme Central. Sun's shining in my eyes and blinding me as I'm talking, but hey, I'm having fun. Anyway, I love you as well. In a bro sort of way. Either way. Anyway, another survival hack, okay? Let's say that you have a tarp and you have some cordage. I like sleeping off the ground, okay? I don't like laying on the ground anymore, and there's bugs and creepy crawly things. You could take that tarp, okay? You can, how can I say this, fold it to make a triangle, or you can just use it as it is. You can take a rock and you can put it at either end of that tarp between two trees. You could tie off that rock, and then you could take your cordage and you could tie it between those trees and use it as a hammock to get yourself off the ground. That's another example of a survival hack. Okay, let's say that you have a garbage bag. If you have a garbage bag and it's raining, you could take that garbage bag, okay, you can cut a head-sized hole in the top of it. You can cut 2 armholes, one on either side, and you got an improvised rain poncho to keep yourself dry. Hey, bend over. Bend over. You know what? Maybe I can't see, but you're not going to be rude, okay? This is a channel that we are cordial to each other. Anyway. Okay. Bend over. Sorry, you're gone. Yeah, anybody who's rude, okay? Anybody who's rude to anybody else on this channel, or wants to say bad things, or wants to say stupid, ignorant things, please go somewhere else. You can say whatever you want about your adventures, but let's be nice to each other. Let's share, okay? Here's the thing, okay? I'm 59. There are people on this channel that are subscribers that are teenagers, that are 19, that are guys, that are girls. We all love to go outside. We all love to go camping. We all love to have adventure, maybe gear, maybe shop. We all like to eat. We all like to take care of our family. We all hopefully like to be prepared. We have things in common, okay? There's a whole lot of channels out there that you can go and just make rude comments to. This isn't one of them. All right. Hey, shout out to, I wish I could see in the sun. Should wear my sunglasses. Golden Acre, how you doing? Oh, that's cool. You went backpacking. Here's the thing. Okay, back to the survival hacks. Okay, how you pack your pack is important. First of all, you want to buy the right size pack for your adventures. Okay, for day hiking or a light, ultralight overnight, you can usually get away with 3,000 cubic inches. Okay, for general purpose weekend trips, all around use, a 4,500 cubic inch pack would do you well, and you're not going to overpack it. If you go out in the fall or the winter, you're doing week-long trips, you're hiking into the backcountry, you need to take a lot of gear. A 6,000 cubic inch pack is your friend. Now, when you're packing a pack, what you want to do is you want to put your shelter generally and or your sleeping bag in the bottom of the pack. Usually there's a separate compartment, like a sleeping bag compartment or a shelter compartment, that you can access without digging through the top of your pack. This also distributes the weight. You want the heaviest weight at the center of your pack. So I pack like my sleeping bag and my hammock tent kind of in that bottom compartment, maybe with a tarp and whatever else I can fit in there. That usually zips between the top and the main compartment on a 4,500 or a 6,000 cubic inch pack. Then after that, what I usually do is decide in what order do I need the gear. In the top pocket of the pack, usually you want to put things you need right away. Let me ask you, who are these people with the yellow flag with these red stripes? I don't know who, Kareem, but we're not political here, okay? We're not talking politics. We're talking camping. We're talking adventure. We're talking preparedness. We're talking survival. And whoever you are, wherever you're from, we can talk about that. Anyway, once you do that, the next part of your pack, usually I put, I don't know, my spare clothes kind of in the bottom above that I'm not going to wear right away. The extra layers I may need. Above that, I like to put my food. Okay, usually what I'll do is I'll get a compression stuff sack and I'll put all my freeze-dried food and my snacks in. Above that, I'll put my stove. You always want to have a pot or something that you can boil water in. Okay, Kate. Shout out to Kate McDougall. Double shout out to Kate McDougall. Okay? Double shout out to Kate McDougall if she subscribes. If not, just a single shout out to Kate McDougall. Anyway, shout out to Kate McDougall. That's probably triple. Anyway, now after that, I usually get, like, if I'm just going out for convenience sake, get a propane butane stove, and then take an extra fuel cartridge. I have like a cook set where that butane cartridge will fit in, possibly the stove, depending on what kind I get. A lot of the stoves have now an integrated coffee cup mug that you can put stuff in the stove and a fuel canister, and you can do that. Anyway, you have your stove, you have something to boil water in, you have your food, you have your shelter, you have your sleeping bag, extra layers, hunky-dory. Above that, I put like some of my survival supplies. I always bring extra cordage. I always bring a real good space blanket. I always bring a rain jacket. I always bring an extra hat and a pair of gloves. You want to bring a first aid kit. You want to bring some extra supplies. Okay, usually a knife. I usually bring a backup knife or a multi-tool, and fire starting equipment. You should have 3 ways to start a fire. I carry a fire flint and steel, a lighter, usually a Bic or something like that, and then I also carry a third way, if possible, to start a fire. Usually, there's the compression things that you can compress fuel and make tinder. Whatever you do, always have 3 ways to make fire. and have fire tinder. Yes, I am a good clown. I am. I tell bad dad jokes too. Anyway, the other thing is, oh yeah, matches. Hello. I usually get the Yuko Stormproof Survival matches. So I usually carry a lighter, a flint striker, Yuko Stormproof Survival matches, and 2 or 3 things of tinder. Because a lot of times to start a fire, you need enough heat and fuel, and you're not going to find enough dry tinder to get that going. And once you can dry out some wood, and then you keep your fire going, because fire is life. Okay, another survival hack. If you have paracord, I always carry at least 100 feet of paracord with me, because it's a real pain in the butt to make tinder out in the wild, or to make cordage out in the wild, and it takes too long. Okay, so what I do is you can open up that paracord, and there's 7 strands in there. You can make fishing line. Okay. Hey, Hong Kong Sports, how you doing? Yeah. All right, here you go. Any comment that I catch? Come on, guys. There are people in here that want to go camping. They want to just chat. They just want to hang out on a Sunday. And I'll tell you what, it's better than most of the crap reality TV that's on, and it's a sunny day. So let's all be nice to each other. Anyway, I don't want to have to keep staring at the chat. Long story short, bring the right gear. Figure out how to use things outside of their anticipated use, because you're going to forget something. Okay? Let's say you do have a cut or an injury, and you don't have any bandages. Okay, this is not medical advice, but you can take duct tape, and you can make little strips of duct tape, and once you irrigate and clean out that wound, you can close it up until you get back to civilization. Okay, look it up online, do this yourself. I'm not giving anybody advice on what to do or not. This is fair use just for educational purposes. Things like black pepper can stop bleeding. So you can put black pepper onto a bandage. Of quick clot, you can put black pepper. Survive if I need to. You need to prepare. Okay, you need to prepare, and you need to think when you're out in the wild. So anyway, I just wanted to have a live stream, reach out to everybody, talk about survival hacks, and suggest some ways you could use things out of the box, how to pack a pack, how to go out in the woods now that the weather's getting nice, and have a nice time. I might come back on later with some more videos, so please look for them. This is the My Camping Adventures channel. Please like, click, share, and subscribe. Take care.